October 5th will mark the 60th anniversary of the James Bond franchise. As an avid fan of the series, I have decided to commemorate that date by reviewing all of the films from my least favourite to my most favourite. Please be warned, these reviews will involve spoilers. Also, I will be including the 1967 James Bond spoof Casino Royale and the unofficial 1983 Bond film Never Say Never Again in my rankings. Along with Spectre and No Time to Die, I consider Quantum of Solace to be among a trio of anti-Bond film. Skyfall admittedly represents something of a return to form, though it certainly has its problems, as we will see. These three films are, it is sad to say, not James Bond movies, but regular action movies starring a run-of-the-mill protagonist who happens to be called James Bond. There can be no denying that Casino Royale changed the direction of the James Bond films. Its darker and grittier tone was a welcome change to the over-the-top style of Die Another Day. However, in trying to subvert the James Bond genre, the filmmakers have dispensed with much of what made James Bond so popular in the first place. Quantum of Solace begins just a few minutes after the end of Casino Royale, making it the first direct sequel in the series. As the film progresses, we watch Bond, played by Daniel Craig, battle inner demons as he investigates the inner criminal organisation Quantum, which is never properly dealt with. In the meantime, he and Camille Montes, played by Olga Kurylenko, uncover a scheme to gain control of Bolivia's fresh water supply. The story, needless to say, is about as exciting as a day trip to a retirement home. To make matters worse, the characters in the film have about as much impact as warm lettuce. Revenge is clearly the central theme of this movie, as both James Bond and Camille seek vengeance for crimes committed against their loved ones. As a result, neither character is particularly endearing. Bond is silent and moody, and Camille, whilst certainly attractive, is missing the necessary sex appeal required of a Bond girl. And don't even get me started on Dominic Green, the villain played by Matthew Amalric. There are two shining lights in Quantum of Solace. Strawberry Fields, played by Gemma Arterton, is a welcome return to the traditional Bond girl. Unfortunately, she isn't on screen long enough to make any sort of an impact. Mathis, played by Giancarlo Giannini, is also a welcome return. Although, as Joe Darling of Being James Bond points out, Mathis is only in the film so he can be thrown in a dumpster 2 scenes later. Quantum of Solace isn't helped by its pretentious filmmaking style either. Everything about this film, from the direction to the cinematography to the editing, serves as a distraction. The cinematography is bland and uninteresting. The editing is often so fast-paced that it is impossible to see what is going on. And both the title and title song are unimaginative. As Bond vlogger Calvin Dyson points out, a major problem with the director Mark Foster is that he tried to make Quantum of Solace look artistic when he should have been focused on establishing story and continuity. As I alluded to above, Quantum of Solace is among a trio of Bond films that simply are not worth watching. Like Spectre and No Time to Die, the problem with Quantum of Solace is that it completely misses the point of what a Bond film is. The Bond films are myths for the modern age. They are not pretentious art house films or complex dramas. To watch Bond so we can see, or we watch Bond so we can We watch Bond so we can see the ordinary made extraordinary. Mark Forster failed to recognise that fact and, as a result, created a file and forget it James Bond movie. My favourite part of Quantum of Solace is Gemma Arterton's portrayal as Strawberry Fields. But like I said, she sadly isn't in the film nearly long enough to make any sort of an impact. My least favourite part is the fall from the plane. It's awful. I mean, the special effects are bad and it's just totally unrealistic.